I can't believe it, y'all. They're putting the wrong carpet in my home. In a sense, they're putting the wrong carpet in my new home. So let me just get started. I really don't know how to start with this, but let me just say that when my husband and I went and we did the contract on a new home, we were in the middle of a pandemic. And during that time, the model centers were open for you to come in by appointment only. And of course, you had to, sanitize your hands and you had to actually wear face masks, which is acceptable. We knew we were in the middle of a pandemic, we would have to do that. However, what we did not know was that the design center was closed down. So we had to, unfortunately, do our design experience virtually. The problem we had with doing that whole design experience virtually is that, for one, the lady that we had an appointment with, she didn't know how to work Zoom. So that was an issue for us. So 30 minutes of our appointment was wasted because she did not know how to use Zoom. So once we got going with the actual appointment, the lady at the design center, the representative, she actually walked around with the iPad in her hand. So she was showing us, different things with the iPad, which in turn made it hard for us to actually see, several things because of her walking around with this iPad, and all the images were very small and things like that. So she agreed that she would take photos of everything and she would email it to us once, she was done. And also all the photos would be attached to the actual contract that you do. So we can see if we agree with everything that was picked out, and then we would electronically sign it. So we were okay with that. Once we received the email, we looked at everything. We did have one problem with the color of the paint. And we went back and forth with that, and then eventually she sent us better pictures later, and we also was able to go on Sherwin-Williams website to actually see the true color of the paint. So we were satisfied. No more issues with the paint. Okay, so now here we are in the month of December. They finalizing the house. Everything is pretty much done. My husband and I go to the house, and as soon as we pull up, we see a truck biked into the driveway, and they have this carpet laid out on the driveway. They rolling it out. They getting ready to cut it to take it into the home. So my husband and I, we come up. I'm all excited. I'm getting ready to start filming because I've been filming everything. And my husband, he's different from me. I'm the one that's always here, and he's always down here. He's my calm during my storm. That's what I call him, because he's the one that always seems to calm me down when I'm getting ready to raise the roof, so to speak. Well, anyway, my husband's like, wait a minute, that's not the carpet we picked out. That's the wrong carpet, And I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, wow, you're right. That carpet is just too light. That's not our carpet. So I automatically pulled out my cell phone, and I started looking at the photos because I had made an album in my cell phone of the new home. So I had all different type of photos of decor and just everything related to the house. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, you're right. That's not the right carpet. So my husband's telling the guy, hey, that's not the right carpet. Stop. Don't take the carpet into the house. Don't put the carpet in the house. It's not the right carpet. So he's going back and forth with the guy, and the guy was like, oh no, this is what they picked out. He looked at the forms. Oh no, this is what, the company ordered for us to install. So I take a look at it and I say, well, let me just look at it. And on the plastic of the actual carpet itself, it said 760 cashmere. So I looked at the photos that came to us from the design center of the carpet. It was like a spec, like a little sample square of the carpet, and it had the label on it, and it said 760 cashmere sweater. So I was thinking, oh, maybe it is the wrong carpet then, because the label says 760 cashmere, but the photo says 760 cashmere sweater. I don't know, not my profession. I don't know carpeting. I'm just going by what I'm reading. So I'm telling my husband, no, let him go ahead and install it because he's only doing his job. Let me call the sales lady because it was on a Saturday. I didn't know if the builder was working or not. So I called the sales lady and I sent photos to her. I texted her photos and I was like, hey, look at this carpet versus the carpet that we selected from the design center. This is not the same carpet. And she was like, oh my God, you're right. It's not the same carpet. Let me look into it. She contacted the builder and she was like, he'll be giving me a call soon and we'll take a look into it. Okay, so 2 days passed by. I don't receive any message from the builder or the sales lady. So I called the sales lady, hey, what's going on? Haven't heard anything. And she automatically let me know. I automatically called and spoke to someone over at the design center to let them know about this. And, I did mention, she said to me, she did brought up the fact that we had another concern previously, prior to them actually starting the house about the paint, and she was like, just wait, give the builder some time to contact the company, the carpeting company, and he'll get back with you. So knowing me, I'm going out checking just to, see what's going on. I go back later that day. They finished putting the carpet in, and I noticed that the shade of the carpet did look a little different. I would actually say it looked a little darker than it did when we saw it outside. So to me, I was starting to think, well, maybe it is the right carpet. Maybe it's just that the shade, because of the lighting outside, the sun, make the carpet look a lot brighter than it actually is, because it did seem to be darker once it was in the house. However, it still wasn't the same shade, the same tone of the creamish brown that we actually saw during the virtual experience and that we actually received pictures of. Okay, so make a long story short, a couple days passed by. I called the sales lady again. She actually got her manager involved. The manager drove over to the design center, brought up the conversation to them about, how my husband and I was not happy with the tone of the carpet and everything. And she actually told us that she was on her way to the home to take the piece of the carpet that they gave her, the spec of the carpet, the sample, so she can actually go and place it on the flooring to see if it was indeed the correct carpet. She called me back, let me know, hey, I got here, it's the same carpet. She took a photo of it, she sent it to me. She was like, the piece that they gave her matches identical. So I asked her, well, can you just leave it there and my husband and I'll come to the house when he get off work so we can actually look at it ourselves. We did, we drove over there, we looked at it, and to me, it matches. Certain spots kind of look lighter. It depends on how you look at it, but it matches. It's the correct carpet. So the problem is, we ordered the carpet based off of the tone that it looked virtually, and we were okay with that on the photos that they sent us. That's why we went ahead and signed the contract to have that type of carpet installed in the bedrooms of our home. However, those photos from the design center is not a true representation of the carpet. So, you know me, I'm the type person, if I'm gonna raise the roof, if I'm gonna be like, listen, this is what I need for y'all to do. I have a solution. I have a friend who's building a home over in another city where Highland Homes actually builds, and that builder, they're actually allowing their customers to actually physically see, touch their selections. What they do is they have a little room inside of the home, and they have different samples of the carpeting, the tile, different flooring, the cabinets. They have different, samples of the paint, just different things. So you can actually see what it's gonna really look like. It's a true representation of what you're actually selecting. So I said, and then there's another builder that I actually saw on YouTube that their garage is set up like a design center, a mini design center. And they immediately, the lady was like, well, you know, we can't, you know, just do that because our design center, Highland Home Design Center, is so much different. We have everything in there. We couldn't put everything in there. I said, I understand that. But however, you can put some things in there. So when, you know, the customers come in to view the models, they can kind of take a look at these things. So when they actually have their appointment, they'll have a true representation of what some of the color tones look like. So that will help them, and it will also make their design experience much better when they actually doing it virtually, because they've already looked at these things, so it can speed up the process. Make a long story short, the manager and I talked again, and she was so nice, you know, such a sweet lady. She was really concerned about it, and she let me know that, you know, she understood my concerns, you know, and she agreed with me that the tones from the virtual experience was not a true representation. Because of that, she actually talked to the manager of the design center, and what they have decided to do, they was going to change some things up. Because she mentioned to me, you know, that right now they are taking customers into the design center, so they're not doing it virtual anymore for local customers. But however, they do have a lot of clients or customers that live out of state. And it's going to make the experience better for them, because by them living out of state, they're not able to come down to do their appointments, you know, to do a local appointment, to actually come into the design center to do their appointment. So they have to do it virtually. So what they decided that they will try to make the experience better for their virtual customers, because they probably would end up having some of the same experiences that I had. So she didn't go into details of how they were going to do things differently, but in my mind, I'm thinking they're going to probably end up mailing them some things, because I mentioned that as an option as well. You know, hey, after the design experience is over with, instead of sending us photos, mail us samples so we can see the things. So that was another option I mentioned. But she did mention to me that she was going to start doing things differently for her sales reps, that she was going to have samples of the different paint and flooring and things like that at the model center, like I suggested, so that when the clients or the customers come in, they can actually see, you know, physically see, this is the tone of the paint that I want to actually choose. This is the tone of the carpet I actually want to choose. A good friend of mine mentioned to me, you know, years ago, carpet companies used to come, this is when carpet companies used to come out to the neighborhoods and knock on your door to sell you carpet. They used to have like a photo album, like a portfolio or something, and when you open it up, it would have little small square shaped samples of carpets, different shades, different tones, for the homeowner to actually select when they want to purchase carpet from the carpet company. So that was something that I mentioned to them as well. So I don't know exactly what all they're going to do, but I do know that they do plan to have samples at the model center to, you know, help out, you know, the customers when they're making selections. So I would like to say that, you know, I'm making this video because, to be honest with you, I was really upset about the whole thing, and I have different clips that I would add to this video, or maybe another video when I actually went out. I really could not even film the whole process of the guy laying the flooring down, because I was really upset about it, but I was trying to keep my cool because my husband was really livid about it, and I'm not really used to seeing him like that. I mean, I have, but it's not that often that he gets to that point, so I didn't want to add more fuel to the fire. So I tried to keep my calm about it, but I could not film much, but I have, you know, a few minutes of it. I'll probably make another video so you can actually see the carpet, see the different tones, and you can understand our frustration. I was really thrown off about this, you know, because I didn't know what was going to happen. I knew it was getting time for me to get ready to close. I'm like, is this going to push me back because I want to move into this house before Christmas? Is this going to throw us back? make a long story short, you see, today is Monday the 28th. We're not in the house, but it wasn't due to the carpet. So I didn't make my goal of being in my new home by Christmas, but I'm okay with it because, you know, everything happens in God's time. It's the reason why God didn't allow for the house to be done before Christmas. I don't know, and I'm not going to question God. All I know is that every good and perfect gift come from above. This is a gift from God that he's given to my husband and I'm going to let him do it the way he chooses to do it. As long as it happens. God's timing is not our timing. His ways are not our ways. So, you know, whenever he decides that he want to bless us with this home, I'm ready to receive with open arms. I was really thrown off about it at first, and I was so stressed out about it till I didn't even sleep, you know, like 2 nights in a row. And I had to get myself together. I was like, come on, girl, you can't let this do you like this. You cannot let this house take you out. Don't stress yourself. I mean, my blood pressure had got high and everything behind this. And I was like, Twan, you are not going to stroke out about some carpet. Okay? You get in the home. Carpet can be replaced. Don't stroke out about this carpet. So I had to gather myself, you know, and get my head together because I was really stressing. You know, I had to pray about it before I even make the phone calls, you know, to see what was going on because I didn't want to do it in my way. I wanted to do it the way God would have wanted me to do it. And by me doing that, we got results. I mean, the results, I wouldn't say they favorable for me and my husband or my husband and I, but I can say that other customers of Highland Homes will experience something different than we did. Thanks to me praying about it, gathering my thoughts, you know, before I make the phone calls and not just calling them to, you know, just blur out things, but I actually had a really nice conversation and gave them suggestions to do. So I wanted to leave this with you all because I know that there's a few of my followers and they live out of state or they live out of town. They live, you know, far off from the city that their home is being built in. You know, you all contact me, y'all comment from time to time on my videos. I just want to say to you all or any other potential clients that building homes, not just with Highland Homes, with any builder, this can happen to anybody. You know, please make sure that you communicate very well if you live out of state or out of city with your builder, whoever's building your home, to say, hey, I do know that lighting can make a difference in the color tones. So please, can you send me actual samples of what I am choosing? Or you can do like my husband and I did after the fact with the paint. We actually went on Sherwin-Williams website to look at the true color of the paint that we actually selected. Because on that website, we got a better picture than we did from the lady who took it with her iPad and sent it to us. So those are some great examples that I wanted to share with you all. You know, just be mindful that when you're looking at things virtually, the colors can change depending on the lighting. I just wanted to leave that with you all. If you have any questions, you know, just leave your questions in the comment section and I'll do my best to answer them as fast as I can. To be honest with you all, I actually like the carpet. It's not a color we would have chosen. It's not a color we would have chosen because we have a dog. We have a small pet. Dolce is only 8 pounds. But Dolce likes to go outside and run and play in the grass. And when he come in, the first thing he likes to do is go to some sort of carpeting, and he like to rub his back, you know, all over the carpet. So we didn't want to have too light of carpet because we know it's going to get dirty with a small pet. We just know it. Even if it's a large pet, it's going to get dirty. I mean, we didn't want something too light that we have to keep continuing cleaning over and over, you know. But I can actually say that when I went and looked at the house again, the carpet is starting to grow on me. It looks nice. It's not a color I would have selected, not that tone, but it's nice. It really is. We did have an option to select 3 other tones. However, you know, when the manager told me, she said there's 3 other tones that's like similar to the tone that you selected, but 2 are lighter, and you're not gonna want those because you already said you don't want anything lighter. The 3rd one is darker. It's like a dark brown, and it's not gonna look good with your decor. And looking at the way you decorated it so far with your cabinets and your tile and your bathrooms and everything, I don't think it's gonna look good in your bedroom. She was like, I think you made a great selection with this carpet. And so I went out and I looked at it again and again and again. And I actually told my husband the other day when we did our first walkthrough with the builder, I said, the carpet actually looks great. It looks good, but he's still not sold on it. My husband is still not sold on the carpet, but I'm like, honey, it looks great. You know, it's not ugly. You know, it don't look that bad. But anyway, that's my dilemma with the carpet. I thought I'll share it to give you all some advice when you looking for a carpet. Please be mindful that the shade can change depending on the lighting. Thank you so much for watching Tracy Latoine's Life. Please hit the notification bell so that YouTube can automatically notify you whenever I upload new videos. I have my first walkthrough coming soon. I will be doing my second walkthrough in a couple of days, and hopefully I'll be closing. I should close by the end of this week. So I got some good videos coming up. I'm gonna do an empty house tour. Yeah, I'm gonna do an empty house tour for you all. So stay tuned to my channel. Thank you so much for watching Tracy Latoine's Life. Have a good day.